Alright guys, today I'm going to be telling you about what you're going to be doing for today, Thursday's writing. So remember, we switched to writing in a notebook and we are no longer writing on our Google Drive. So you need to find notebook, paper that you can write in, okay? So yesterday our writing had to deal with our mystery book that we were reading during independent reading. Today's going to be the same thing, but it's going to be going more into detail about your book, okay? So today in your writing, you're going to be focusing more on the details of your book, okay? What you've read so far. The details that could be clues. Remember, clues are things that kind of hint us towards the answer or give us away the answer. Also in your writing today, you're going to be talking about predictions. You're going to make a prediction on how the crime, remember you figured out what your crime or your mystery was yesterday. You're going to be making predictions today in your writing on what is going to happen. How is your crime going to be solved? So you may have to read the parts again in your story to jog your memory to figure out what are these clues, okay? I know this happened, this kind of was weird that happened. And then you're going to use those clues to try and predict or guess what's going to happen, how your mystery is going to be solved. So remember, you're going to be writing this down again in a notebook with pen and paper, okay? So I'm going to show you some sentence starters that you could use in your writing, okay? Remember, this is what today's writing is. You're going to be giving me some clues that you figured out that were given in your story, and you're going to give me a prediction of what you think is going to happen. So 2 things need to happen in your writing today. So let's go ahead and look at some of our ways we can write these sentences out, okay? So here are our sentences. So remember, we're learning how to be mystery readers. In reading, we discuss how mystery readers think and talk. And then today in writing, we're going to figure out how mystery readers write. Just like detectives, okay? Remember you guys yesterday with the pen, you guys were great detectives. So these are some sentence stems. So you could use these to start off your sentences in your writing. So this seems weird because I wonder why. That makes me think maybe it could mean, maybe it could be. Another possibility is that. And then the last one, I think it fits with the big mystery because. Okay, so looking back at this, let's relate it. I'm going to relate my writing to the story we've been reading in class. A to Z Mysteries, The Absent Author. So this is just an example. You would do this the same way, but you would use the information from your book that you read in reading, okay? That you read during independent reading. So some examples of why I could use this is, well, what are some clues that happened in here? Some clues. We talked about how Wallace Wallace, nobody knows what he looks like, okay? So I could use this sentence stem as a clue. I wonder why Wallace Wallace will never show what he looks like, okay? Then I could think, all right, could use this sentence stem. Maybe it could be he's not really Wallace Wallace. Maybe Wallace Wallace, that's not his real name. Maybe he's somebody else. Or another possibility is that, is there a reason that he doesn't want anyone to know what he looks like? So what you would do then, I'm going to show you how I'd write that. So I thought about it first before I started writing. So remember, I'm going to get my writer's notebook. We are going to start, you could go and start writing on the same pages just to make sure you write the date. So today is 9-10-2020. Okay. So first part of your writing today, remember, we said we want some clues. So you could do bullet points for your clues. So one of my clues is that no one knows what Wallace, I'm going to abbreviate, looks like. Oh, another clue is that when they got to the bookstore, no one was sitting in Wallace's chair. It was empty. He wasn't there yet. Everyone else was there, but he wasn't. So that was a clue. That was like, ooh, this is kind of weird. Something's not right. So that kind of makes you think, when we read that, that made me think that, uh-oh, something's wrong with that. So you would write some more clues, okay? I want you at least to have 2 clues. 2 clues to help you, that kind of jog your memory to be like, oh, well, this could happen because of that. That's suspicious. So the second part, so this is the first part. First part is your clues. That's the first part of your writing for today. Your second part of your writing for today is to make predictions and use these sentence stems. So I'm going to start with, I wonder why Wallace doesn't show his photo to anyone. So nobody knows what he looks like. Maybe, look, I'm using another sentence stem. Maybe it could be that he is not what everyone thinks he is. So those kind of go well with my clues. So now I'm going to try and predict what's going to happen. So predict. I want to predict how and what is going to happen in my story. So we know it hasn't been told to us yet that Wallace is missing, right? We are just kind of using the clues to predict that he's missing. So I'm going to say that that's making me, so this is me making my prediction, I'm using this teal one here, that's making me think that he has been kidnapped. And then you would keep going. So what you have to do today for your writing, you have to do 2 things in your writing notebook. So you need to make sure you have your writer's notebook. You need to list some clues. List some clues you have that you've discovered in your book so far. So I listed my clues like this, but bullet points. And then you need to take some of those sentence stems, which I will post on our writing page, and come up with some predictions. Talk about the clues that you talked about earlier. Give me a prediction of what you think is going to happen in the story. That is what you're doing for writing for Thursday.